Okay guys, so I'm back and I've got my electric skillet here. It's heating, and what I want to do first is throw here's my Italian sausage that I'm going to use. I got it the other night. And I am going to throw them into the skillet and let them start creating a nice grease to put the veggies in. So first thing I want to do is get them out of this package and put them in the skillet. Now I'm going to leave the casing on these sausages just because it will keep it more intact while they're cooking. And then of course later on when we're eating, we'll probably want to not eat that. But I'm just going to drop these into the skillet and let them start doing their thing while I'm preparing the veggies, which will be the next part. So I've got that going. I've got the temperature on that about 250 because I don't want it to cook too quickly. And I'm going to start working on these veggies. So first thing I've got is, it's a partial eggplant, so it's already been peeled and I've used it in another meal previously. So I want to cut this into thin slivers, long thin slivers, so that they'll look something like this. Zucchini is a healthy vegetable. Some people can't have it because it's in the nightshades family, but we don't have any problem with that as far as I know in my house. And because it does have good health benefits, there's little seeds in there, but they're edible. So I don't try to get rid of them or anything. So we don't use eggplant a lot, but I do like it occasionally. And it's in the squash family. And we love our squash. So it'll go good with this meal because I'm already going to be using two other types of squash, the yellow squash and the zucchini. So eggplant's just going to be another one that's going to be put in the mix. I've almost got it done, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I got that done. Now I want to check these guys out and see how they're doing. I'm going to turn them. I don't want them to get burned. It's not really creating quite as much of a grease as I had hoped. Probably because they're in the casing. So let me grab some butter so I could throw it in there with it. Hold on. Okay, I've got my butter dish. I'm just going to take some of this grass-fed butter and throw it in the skillet also. Because we are going to have a greasy surface to cook the veggies on. Okay. All right, we'll let that keep cooking. And we'll move on. I'll do the onion next because it's ready to go. It's already peeled, and I'm going to cut it into some wedges. Now, like I said, I want to reserve some of my onion and bell pepper for the beans. So I'll just save a little piece. I'll just save a little portion of the onion to use for the beans. I'm just cutting these into little, like half moons. Because when you're eating these grilled onions and bell peppers, You kind of want them to be bite-sized. Now the eggplant, I know I made them long, thin strips. We'll just have to cut them while we're eating, which is also doable. Got a piece I don't need there. Okay, I've almost got the onion done. Okay, we'll take another look at this and see how it's looking now. Sorry, I keep putting that lid in front of the camera. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I think because eggplant takes a little while to cook, I'm going to go ahead and throw that into the skillet so that it can start doing its thing. The onion can go in too, because it really can't get overcooked. And then that clears my cutting mat for the next veggie. So now these guys, the bell peppers and the zucchini and squash, I have soaked them in a apple cider vinegar and water mix for 10 minutes because I didn't have organic veggies, and that gets the residue from the glyphosate and other poisons off of them when they soak in the... That's just a way to, if you don't have organic veggies, to get rid of some of those things that aren't good for our bodies to try to digest. So I got to get the seeds out of these bell peppers. Okay, so that it comes out clean like that. Now I'm going to reserve these little pieces from the top to do with the onion and the beans. So here's the orange one, orange pepper. Okay, and I'll reserve that piece for the baked beans. Hang on, I'm going to de-seed this one real quick. Okay. Now I have 2 clean peppers, orange and green. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Your diet can never be too colorful. The more colors on your plate, the healthier it is. So I try to use a lot of colors when I'm doing anything, cooking, whatever meals it is. Okay. Now, this is going to be so easy because we're doing kind of like wedges, but we want them bite-sized, so I'll cut them in half one more time. Okay, we got the orange, now we got to do the green. Had a couple of bad places on it, that green one. So we just cut them off, but the rest is fine to use. Okay, I'm gonna throw these bad ones away And there is our bell pepper and onion. Oh, it's not onion. The onion's already in. It's just the green and orange bell pepper. Okay, it's going to go into the mix next. With all that, I need to grab something to work with. I forgot to have that over here handy. Okay, so I've got my spatula. So we're letting that mixture continue to cook. I'm going to turn the skillet up a little now. I'll turn it up to 350. Now that I got more stuff in there that the sausage can work around, I don't have to worry about the sausage just sitting there burning. All right, I'm going to cover it back up and let it keep cooking while I work on the next two vegetables. So we have got one beautiful yellow squash and 3 little zucchini. So first thing we want to do is we want to cut these ends off and discard them. I don't think I explained why you rinse those. I did say to rinse those in vinegar water for 10 minutes so that they become like they were organic. But you don't have to do that with everything. The vegetables that matters the most with are the ones that you eat the outside skin. So that clarifies that. Now what I want to do is I want to cut these into very thin slivers, because they will cook quicker. They'll still be kind of like bite size, especially since they're in such thin slivers. I'm going to say that I'm going to guess that they're about an eighth of an inch thick. Is how thin I'm trying to do them. Okay, we got our yellow squash. So in it goes. And we've got the zucchini to do, and then this will just have to sit here and cook for a little bit. One more. All right, there's the zucchini. Move this over here. Everything is in there now. All right. Sorry, I had to step off and rinse my hands. Now, I want to work on this a little bit in front of you. And I want you to see this gorgeous mixture. How you'll know this mixture is completely cooked through is when the, sorry, my eye's itching, when the sausage is cooked through and when the veggies are tender, then you'll know it's done. But now that you've seen how it's going, I'm going to let you see it. It's going to have to continue cooking for just a little bit with the lid on. And I can come back to you guys later and show you the finished meal. But in a follow-up video, we're going to do the beans. And that's going to be so easy because the beans are pre-packaged. A can and a package of cooked beans. So that'll be really easy. Okay, I'll come back to you soon. Thanks, guys.